So what's going on with Anita Ward, GTA 6 and Spotify? In this video I'm going to dive into what could be going on because there's been a huge update in the situation. And there's something that tells us that this could probably be legit. And this coincides with a link between Rockstar and Anita Ward. But before we get into today's video, you all know that I'm a huge advocate for internet privacy. I mean, hopefully that's pretty obvious. A perfect way to protect yourself online is with today's video sponsor, private internet access. When browsing online, whether you're gaming or streaming online content, it's important to protect yourself. Watching Netflix without private internet access is like paying for a director's cut but only seeing the trailer. Private internet access helps you overcome all of these restrictions and dangers by giving you the option to change your IP address to one of their 91 countries to choose from and 50 US states, allowing you to gain access to websites and services that are only available in those particular locations. Private internet access works on Windows, Android, Mac, iOS, and many more. And you can use one private internet access subscription on as many devices as you want. And no, that's not one at a time. You can use it on an unlimited amount of devices all at the same time. So if you want to stay protected on the internet, use the link down below to save yourself 83% on private internet access. That's just $2.03 a month. And you also get 4 months completely free. So a few days ago, we saw that Anita Ward changed her profile picture on a Spotify artist profile to the GTA 6 logo. But yesterday, there was another update. The artist pick section of her account and her description of her account was changed to coming 2025. So let's objectively discuss what's going on here. So there's a number of explanations for all of this, and in this video, I'm going to break down what all of those explanations are and hopefully try and come to some sort of conclusion. So firstly, we have option one. Option one is that Anita Ward has been hacked and someone's just trying to troll us. In my opinion, this is the least likely option, just because there would be some other news from her management, from the label representatives, and of course from Rockstar and Take-Two, whether it would be cease and desist or action being taken. And with this been happening now for a couple of days, by now we would have heard something. Next we have option two, which is that someone may have successfully been able to connect a third-party distribution website, such as DistroKid for example, to the back end of a Spotify account. However, the reason why I'm not throwing much weight to this idea is this would allow them to post new music and new releases, but wouldn't allow anyone to modify or change any existing content on her Spotify artist profile. New songs could be released through DistroKid and pushed to there, but the actual information and the content of the profile itself wouldn't be able to be altered. Then there's option three, which is that a third-party company has bought the licensing for her music. So just to give some context to this, me, you, anyone watching at home right now, if you've got a bit of money saved up, you can contact an artist or their management and you can offer to buy their license of music. You can buy their whole catalogue of music, and this benefits the artist because the artist gets an immediate payday. For example, her account a couple of days ago was about 80,000 monthly listeners. Of course, it's gone up dramatically since all this GTA 6 buzz. It's gone up to a ridiculous amount now. But her music catalogue could be worth anywhere between $50,000 to $150,000. So she would get a massive payday, and then the person that bought the licensing for the catalogue will be stuck with a load of music that they would need to make money off for the next 5-10 years. And the best way to do that is to do a PR and marketing stunt. For example, if I was a young music investor now and I wanted to buy someone's license and catalogue of music, it would make sense to bump up those monthly listeners and to make the catalogue worth more money, to have a bit of marketing fun and maybe change the logo to the GTA 6 logo and cause the internet to do its rounds. Although it's slightly unethical, it is a great way to boost the numbers. Then we have option number four. Now option number four is that Rockstar are playing games with us.
Naughty, naughty, you teasing me, you naughty, naughty.
And potentially they're teasing a song that will be featured in GTA 6 or maybe the trailer 2 song itself. This wouldn't be an unheard of strategy for Rockstar. This is something they've dabbled with before. And yeah, this is quite a believable option. Then we have option number five. Now a couple of months ago, when no one really knew I existed, I did a video talking about how GTA 6 may include a streaming service within it. Because since the last Grand Theft Auto, a majority of people listen to music by either buying music or listening to radio. Whereas that has changed a lot since 2013, and a lot more people are now streaming music on demand on services such as Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, whatever you use. Deezer. Does anyone even use Deezer?
These nuts.
But there is one drawback to this idea, which is that it would cost Rockstar a lot of money to license thousands of songs for GTA 6. And it comes to the point that if they were to license every song that's on Spotify for commercial use within the game, you'd be talking billions of dollars to do that. It wouldn't really make sense, especially when the whole game itself is expected to cost a couple of $1 billion. million to make, it would be absolutely insane. However, this idea then splits off into two other possibilities. Possibility number one is that Rockstar have done a deal with Spotify. Now, last year, Rockstar released their own official playlist on Spotify, which contained a number of GTA songs, but also that was a customizable, personalized playlist. So what happens is it starts off with a list of songs that Rockstar give you in the playlist, and then what other songs you listen to outside of that, it then starts to teach that playlist of what you listen to. What this does is this gives not only Spotify, but Rockstar a ton of data of what songs people are listening to at the moment, which is very useful. If Rockstar were to strike a deal with Spotify where people could play GTA and their Spotify account was linked to the game itself, so when people were listening to music in the game, they were actually just listening from their Spotify account through a almost very simple API implemented into the game, that would save Rockstar Games hundreds of millions of dollars for music licensing. But also it would allow us to listen to whatever songs we wanted to in the game, and it means that Rockstar will only have to license maybe 100 songs for certain story missions or for certain parts of the game where a key bit of music is part of the storyline. But when driving a car, it may be able to link to a Spotify account. Now this benefits Rockstar because it saves them hundreds of millions of dollars, but it also benefits Spotify because if anyone doesn't have a Spotify account and they use Apple Music, for example, they'd then be incentivized to go and get a Spotify account, and maybe there's a deal where a Spotify account could be cheaper if you have GTA 6, for example. This would generate artists loads of money, this would generate Rockstar loads of money in saved revenue, and this would generate Spotify an absolute ton of money. This makes a lot of sense. But also, this means that Rockstar wouldn't need a commercial license. For example, if two people are in the same vehicle together, some back-end work through an API could basically mean that both those Spotify accounts are streaming the same song at the same time in that vehicle, which means that the people are actually personally listening to music on their own Spotify account. The game isn't distributing that song to multiple people, so a commercial license wouldn't be needed. But there is also a second possibility here, and this is the one that I think maybe is a little bit more unlikely, but there is still some weight to it. It's very possible that Rockstar could be talking to artists individually and offering them distribution deals through GTA 6 as a platform. It's no secret that Rockstar Games own Circo Loco, which is their own record label, and it could be a case that Rockstar are approaching these artists saying, hey, we're going to have 250 million players of this game. Would you like your music to be featured in the game? And we can pay you a royalty on every single stream or play of the song, similar to what they're getting on Spotify, if not better. There is a possibility that Rockstar are looking at introducing their own streaming or music licensing platform. They have the capabilities to do this. With the partnership with Circo Loco, their record label, they have the ability to license music, distribute music, scout for new artists, and also offer up really competitive rates for streaming. For example, if GTA 6 has 100,000 songs in it, each artist would get paid more than they'd get from a stream on Spotify. On average, 1 million streams on Spotify is anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000. That's mainly because that monthly subscription that people are paying is split between so many different artists. If we had like 100,000 artists or maybe even 10,000 artists in Rockstar's own streaming platform, Rockstar would be able to monetize that through maybe a monthly subscription model, which we know that Rockstar like a subscription model because it's worked for a lot of Take-Two's other businesses. But it also means that if we pay for like a GTA Plus membership, some of that cost could get split with a load of artists, which not only supports the music industry, supports Rockstar, means that we get more songs to choose from, and it also makes Rockstar a prime competitor in the music market. Rockstar have worked on films, they've worked on games. The only industry that they haven't been majorly successful in is music, apart from dabbling in it with Circo Loco Records. Now, my personal opinion is that we're going to see a deal between Spotify and Rockstar for all the in-game music. In my opinion, it's the one that makes the most amount of sense. The music is provided by Spotify, artists still get paid, it's the cheapest option for Rockstar, it helps keep the cost of the game down, making Rockstar more profitable, and it may even cause a knock-on effect to us where the game is cheaper. Very unlikely, but still possible. And the main benefit we'll get is pretty much an unlimited amount of songs. We know that Rockstar like to change the in-game brands and give them funny names and really creative names to make things sound funny, and one of my Discord users posted this in the Discord last night, and it certainly bears a certain resemblance to Spotify. But also, remember at the start of the video I said this? And this coincides with a link between Rockstar and Anita Ward. Well, Dave, one of my Discord users, also put this in my Discord last night. Right, so I did some digging on this song, and the artist that remixed this track, Black Burner, is from a record label called Cleopatra Records. Among the many artists that are on their label, one in particular caught my eye, Tangerine Dream, who wrote the GTA 5 theme song. This could be some kind of connection or just purely a coincidence. Well, I did some digging on social media and I looked on the Instagram account of who some of those artists and label management were following, and a lot of them were following Rockstar Games, of course, but also a lot of them were following the management and distribution partners for a lot of Anita Ward songs. So there's definitely a community there that's closely linked. Now, normally there's a lot of similarities between certain record labels, distribution partners, managers. A lot of people know a lot of people in the industry, but all of these artists are from completely different genre spaces. There is no way that these people would work and coincide together, especially when some of these managers only follow like 50 people and they only have like 300 followers on social media. It's very convenient that the ones that do follow them are all in very similar circles. Whilst filming this video, there's also been some other changes. So the GTA 6 logo has now just been removed from her account as I was filming this video, and also the description has changed multiple times. But people in different countries are seeing different things. For example, when I could see the GTA 6 logo, for some people they couldn't. So yeah, what this means, we really have no idea. Of course, this whole video is speculation. We're just trying to pull together theories and concepts and ideas that we've had. There's so many things here that could be a coincidence. There's so many things here that are purely speculation and we have no idea. But there's a lot of interesting theories to explore here, and I'm very interested to see how this plays out. I imagine that her account is probably going to go back to normal in the next couple of days. It is worth noting that all her social media links on her Spotify account all go to Rockstar Games' social media accounts, which is very interesting. Don't know how this is going to play out, but over the past couple of days, the descriptions and the profiles and the information have all been changed so many times, so we'll just have to see what happens. Thank you for Private Internet Access for sponsoring today's video. Their links are all down below, so go and check them out. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.